kids got to marching, and that's been good.
Yes, that has been a good thing.
Yeah, I agree with them 100%, and I try to voice it, so I try to back my agreement with them, you know. But,
Absolutely.
you know, these gun laws, they're saying that if you change them, then the only one that will have guns is the criminals.
The criminals.
And Australia went through this, and this is thrown at us every time you say, well, look at Australia. They took their guns and crime went rampant. Well, I went to Snopes.
Okay.
And I checked this out, Australian gun laws. This was updated on the 20th of February, 2018. And the claim is that crime increased after 1997 when the government implemented their gun buyback program. You could go to the government and they would buy your semi-automatic rifle or pistol or whatever back, and they would pay you for it. You'd turn it in.
Okay.
Because reason they did this, because in 1996, a 28-year-old with mental challenges had the maturity of an 11-year-old, and he set out and killed 35 and wounded 23. And he killed 20 of them with just 29 bullets.
Oh, shit.
Pretty good shot.
That was, that's dangerous.
And this mass shooting just tipped the scale for them. Of course, they didn't have an NRA up their ass like
no, they didn't. No, yeah.
So the government instituted a buyback program for guns, and they outlawed any import of semi-automatic or automatic weapons.
Yeah.
Okay. That seems like a huge deal to NRA for some reason. And what actually happened was, for a few years after that, crime did go up. Robbery went up because it took a while to weed the guns out from the criminals. If you're not having more coming in,
then it's going to take...
They're starting to wear out parts. They confiscate. It takes a little while.
Yeah.
But what somebody from there, an ex-cop from Australia, wrote this big letter just a year or so after how the crime has just gone crazy and this is the worst thing ever. All right. Come to now. And actually crime it had to spike up. Okay. But now robbery, suicide, and homicide are all down.
Dang.
Suicide was down 40, with a gun. Was down 40-some%.
Wow.
Homicides were down 24%. There's a little argument on the exact percentages. So overall, I think the stats was crime was down over 30-some%.
See, and that's a huge improvement.
That's gun crimes.
Yeah.
And no mass shootings since 1996.
Dang.
And a mass shooting was determined as anything with 4 or more killed. I mean, 4 is pretty close to mass shooting, but they haven't had one since. So did it do what it was supposed to do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is Australia run with Mein Führer or something? No.
Nope.
So, you don't have to have automatic weapons. I don't know what these idiots think they do. If you don't turn the military in this country, you're not going to have a very long rebellion.
No, this is going to be a very, very short.
A couple of F-16s could take out all of a big military unit.
Yeah. Now you have to do that. A couple of drones to take care of most of the problem.
Is that what they're thinking? Australia's worked out. It's a fucking success.
Mm-hmm.
They went from importing 500,000 arms a year to just 30,000. It's like shotguns and stuff. And most of the ones that do import are for police and their militia and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not, people really aren't. Over here, we're saying everybody needs a gun. Over there, they're saying really nobody needs a gun. Yeah, you still got people with knives, and you can make a bomb. Anybody can make a fucking bomb. You can make a gun if you know what you're doing.
If you know what you're doing.
But those are going to be some pretty intent people. But the casual high school shooter that gets dad's gun out of the cabinet and takes it to school and shoots people up, it just wouldn't happen anymore.
No, we're not going to see that.
Now, he may do other things.
Yeah, but he's going to have to get creative.
You still got to deal with the crazy.
Yeah, you still got to deal with that.
And he may take his dad's single shot shotgun or his dad's 22 with a 6-shot clip or something, and he's not going to get near as many people as he did with an AR-15 with several clips in his pocket, and you can fire bullets just as fast as you can pull that trigger.
When you'd hope that whatever those people are in the schools that they got, I can't think of the name. But you're hoping instead of arming the teachers, if they have those guards or whatever, that they have that patrol.
Yeah.
If it's something like that, they may have a better chance of getting it early enough before they even get all 6 shots off.
Yeah.
Or whatever, however many.
Every suggestion, and we need to do something temporarily. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
And, the problem is a lot of school districts aren't rich enough to afford this officer. That's why they're suggesting the school teachers. They say, well, we can get an armed person in there. It don't cost us anymore. But put this on us. But the teacher's not the person. The teacher shouldn't have to.
Yeah, teachers shouldn't have to do that job.
They're supposed to teach your kids things.
They shouldn't be worried about shooting a kid.
I don't think I'd want
no.
A law officer knows what he's getting into when he gets to the job. The
he
teacher's not
knows.
expecting to have to kill its own student.
Yeah, it's like, what is this going to be, have to do?
And they think, oh, that wouldn't happen. Well, if I got a teacher that's more than willing to kill the students, I don't want him teaching them. And if you got a teacher that's not willing to kill the students, why would I arm them?
Yeah, why would you arm
this
them?
whole teacher thing's out the window. Fuck
no,
that.
It needs to be out. It's done. It doesn't need to be discussed
And
anymore.
these teachers like in Arizona wanting more money, how they deserve it because they're in a war zone every fucking day. You don't know when the kid's going to pop in with a gun.
Yeah.
It's like the one in Springfield last week.
Oh, yeah.
Loaded pistols in school.
Pistol.
He told them that, well, it's for protection getting to and from school. And they act like it wasn't any big deal. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's like, okay, so whose kids was
it? They never did say a name because he's a delinquent or a minor. He might be a delinquent. I don't know.
The only thing I knew...
He must have had some parents that had ends with something or something.
Must have, because the only thing I heard him say about it was that he was in the juvenile custody.
Yeah, it didn't sound... They were believing his story about how...
Yeah.
He wasn't any danger.
But yet, I think it was the kid that turned him in was at a different school.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they'd seen the gun or something.
Yeah, I had seen it. And said, wait a minute.
Good grief.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. That is pretty rough.
Well, this Australia thing was pretty eye-opening to me.
Yeah.
It's exactly what I would expect to see in some sense, because if the criminals aren't going to turn their guns in, sure, then they're going to have guns and crime will be there. But if there's no more supply, law officers should have the chance to disarm most of them over time.
Oh, yeah.
They'll have to get them in over the border. So, he's putting up a wall, so what's the problem?
Well, yeah, he's putting up his wall.
Canada doesn't have hardly any guns to sell us, so, I mean, you're not going to get a lot of... you're going to have to smuggle them in.
Yeah.
And you're not going to smuggle in the numbers that we outright make. Hell, they got Remington just went out of business. You're going bankrupt.
Yeah, that's right.
You might as well bankrupt another one or two.
Yeah.
Now, and like with that march, there were some of the guys that were holding up for guns, and they were anti-marching them, which is fine. But I don't understand how you can. What's in your mind with this? Yes, the Constitution says we have the right to bear arms. And I understand what it's saying. It doesn't specify what kind of arms or anything. It's, the states have the right to make militias and all that.
Yes.
The federal government's not even supposed to have a standing army of the original Constitution.
Yeah, no.
It's state militias to be called on by the federal government when there's a threat to the whole league of states. Well, that's gone by the wayside a long time ago.
Yeah, because now it's an organized...
Yeah.
Completely...
I think they learned from the
federal-run military. Yeah.
Our Civil War that shit didn't work.
Yeah.
Because he called on like Virginia's militia and Kentucky and all them to throw in, and it didn't work out so well.
No.
Some of it.
No, it didn't work out as well as they wanted.
And they had to do the draft and everything else, and that's what kind of had a standing army ever since, more or less.
Yeah, wow. No, but I'm glad you got that stuff on the Australia thing, because it was...
Well, put light. Everybody's always told me that didn't work in Australia. Then people get robbed all the time. No, they don't.
No, they don't.
And they said before that crime was actually trending down a little bit before the '96 deal.
Oh yeah.
And so that had a. Who's to say? Crime could have went on down. Our crime goes down, but it goes up. It just kind of fluctuates. Well, the arguing. Well, it was already going down, so the guns had no effect on it. But these numbers are pretty drastic. I mean. There's been a big drop in crime, and I don't, of armed robbery and the like. It's hard to rob somebody with a stick. You can. It's a lot easier with a gun.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It's good information. good information.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I could live with that. If that's what they wanted to do, I could live with it.
Yeah.
And I can just hear the Ted Nugent. Ted Nugent, this is what I saw. He proved that a shotgun was more deadly than an AR-15.
Oh, fuck, yes.
Well, how stupid can you be? Because now the people that he's against, the gun control people, want to throw shotguns in with it. If that's more deadly than AR-15, we got to get rid of AR-15 and
shotguns.
What a fucking idiot.
He is. He's a loudmouth idiot.
Yeah, he's stupid.
All he is.
He is absolutely stupid. There's ignorant people, but he's not ignorant. He is willfully stupid.
Yeah, he's willfully stupid. Let's put it that way.
He doesn't want to learn anything. He knows everything right now. Yeah, so he just got shotguns thrown in the ring as far as he's concerned.
Yeah.
Fucking
if they're
idiot.
just as not more deadly, then.
I like keeping shotguns.
Yeah.
I keep shotguns and a 22. If I lived in town, I wouldn't need them so much, but out here I do.
Well, yeah. Stuff out here to get you.
Out here in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. Oh, that's really good. Now I don't have much of a segue into this part, but we were talking about defining religion last week.
Yeah, definitions.
Now
we may need another definition this week.
Yeah.
Because we were going to talk about the paths to truth, whether it's faith or science works.
Yeah.
So what's faith?
Yeah, what's faith?
Define that shit.
And my gosh.
My favorite is it's believing in something without good reason to believe it.
That's the best definition for it that I can think of.
There's no evidence to back it up if you take it on faith. True or?
Well, yeah, that's true.
That's the definition that I want to use for faith.
Okay, so that's what. Yeah.
It's not evidence backed. It's believing in something without good reason to believe it.
Yeah, and to me that seems reasonable because that's how I look at faith.
Well, when a Christian tells you just have to have faith, that means they can't prove it to you.
No.
They have no evidence, no meaningful evidence. They can say, look at the trees and all, but a tree's a proof of a tree. We know from biology where trees come from.
Yeah.
We can answer these questions way back, and if you ever see a gap, then they want to say, that's God there, Well, fine. But the idiots of the world think the tree was made by God right there. It was made by God right there.
It was made by God.
Well, we know the origins of trees and plants and people and animals and everything else.
But these ones, they want to take that faith.
Well, the preachers have told them evolution doesn't count.
Nope, you can't look at any of that stuff's stupid. You just have to. This book right here.
So you drop out this whole world of evidence, then you have to believe it without evidence.
Then you have to believe it without
faith.
Yep.
Where science is evidence only.
See, and that's what I like. I like science has the evidence because.
Well, science, you have something that needs answered. You have a question.
Yeah,
why does the moon,
Yes.
Why does it have phases? So you make a hypothesis. Well, it's because it's rotating around our planet and it gets a different shadow. We see it from different angles. Then you work out experiments to prove. Now, if it doesn't, you don't get anything to prove it, well, that's not it. You got to come up with a new hypothesis.
Then you got to come up with a new hypothesis. But you don't just sit there and try to force fit it into what you want to believe.
Well, with faith, you just believe something, and that's it.
Yep, that's it. The moon has phases, that's it.
Then you go around, a lot of them will go around looking for little pieces of evidence that proves what they believe already to be true, and ignore everything against it.
But ignore everything else.
And it's not a path to truth at all. I've heard Matt Dillahunty sit there, I got faith that, white people are the smartest people on the earth. Well, that didn't prove a damn thing.
That doesn't prove anything.
And it's not true. Look at Trump.
Yeah, look at him.
There's a bunch of people. They're not that smart.
There's a lot of
them. I'm not that smart. I'm not.
They're not.
And the color of your skin has absolutely no fucking bearing on it.
That has no bearing.
Your upbringing, your environment, how much education is available, and how much you take. It's your DNA, though. You're okay to learn whatever.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, but science, what they really get on science about is like, you're trying to figure out the origins of the universe even. Well, you can go back to a Planck time, and our physics breaks down, we really don't know. And they say, well, see that science, they say this shit and that, they don't know nothing. And they throw their God in there or whatever, but science is always building on itself. It's like we don't know all the makeup to an atom.
Yeah.
You go to CERN, they broke apart the Higgs boson, there's all kinds of quarks and shit they found. But you come up with a hypothesis or
Of
this energy level or this gravity. There must be a particle like this to fit this formula.